3 in 10 girls will become pregnant before the age of 20. There are 3 million unplanned pregnancies in the U.S. every year. 750,000 are by teens between the ages of 15 and 19.
I had always planned on going to college, having a great career, and being successful. My name is Juan Betancourt, 28 years old. I started having unprotected sex at the age of 12, and I became a father by the age of 18.
A study conducted by RAND Corporation in September 2004 showed that teens with higher exposure to sex on TV were almost twice as likely to initiate sexual intercourse as those with lower exposure.
Sex just didn't seem like a big deal to me. I mean, it's everywhere, on TV and movies and magazines. My friends were doing it. I was just completely desensitized to what actually having sex entails.
19 million new STDs occur each year. Almost half of them are among the ages of 15 to 24.
Guys, if you think having sex is a display of your manhood, then you better be willing to withstand a real test of your manhood, and that's being there to take care of a child. Walking away from my responsibility was never an option. That's the act of a coward.
Less than 2/3 of sexually active teens used a condom the last time they had sex, and only 1 in 5 used birth control pills. Many birth control options exist, but most teens use one of 3: the pill, male condoms, and withdrawal. However, a lack of clear information regarding side effects and where to get them, as well as human use error, creates a world where the least effective but most convenient method, withdrawal, becomes the most popular, assuming any is used at all.
No one ever emphasized the importance of using a condom if I did become sexually active. I vaguely remember learning about it in school. The conversation was rarely ever brought up with my mother. I essentially learned about sex through watching TV, movies, and just older friends. When I started having sex, I used the pull-out method, which obviously doesn't work because all it takes is one slip-up, which is exactly what happened to me. 9 months later, I was a father.
Around 70% of pregnant teens drop out of high school. Other data show that less than 2% of teen mothers who have a baby before age 18 attain a college degree by age 30.
I applied and was accepted in a state university. I tried to follow through with my plans, but the combination of working full-time, raising a child, and relationship issues was just too overwhelming. College just wasn't important anymore. I dropped out shortly after.
Among mothers who were single at conception and whose pregnancy was unplanned, 7 in 10 remained single by the baby's second birthday.
Up until the point that we found out she was pregnant, my girlfriend and I had a great relationship. We had fun together, we rarely ever fought. We were just 2 young teens in love. Having a baby changed all that. I wasn't prepared to be a father. I could not understand what she was going through. The added pressures and responsibilities of having a child just put too much strain on our relationship. A few months after my daughter was born, we split up.
62% of children born without planning are to households making an income below the poverty line of $18,530 for a family of 3.
I had a part-time job making $9 an hour, which doesn't stretch very far when you have a child. Baby formula, diapers, a stroller, clothing, hospital bills, the list goes on. I ended up getting a job as a bartender so I could increase my income, but I was having to work 6, sometimes 7 days a week just to meet the basic necessities. It took several years for me to finally mature into the role of being a father. 9 years later, I finally understand how important it is to properly plan for a child. If I could give one last piece of advice, it would be to hold on as long as possible before you have sex. If you do start having sex, use a condom.
So kids, before you start having sex, get informed.
Don't feel pressured by your friends. Just because everyone's doing it doesn't mean you should.
A great resource out there is the National Campaign to Prevent Teen and Unplanned Pregnancy, a website that informs you about contraceptives and the consequences of not using them.
Talk to your parents about sex. It may be an awkward conversation to have, but trust me, telling them you're pregnant or you got someone pregnant is a much more difficult conversation.